You can tell whose side of the room is whose, can't you? Hello fellow ghosts and ghouls, Queenie Q here, and I wanted to bring you kind of a Haul-O-Ween video where I show you a collection of things I have. This one obviously is going to be kitchen-y, bakeware kind of things. I opted just to show you mainly my bakeware stuff just because it's a little easier and I don't think you really want to see all my sprinkles. So let's get started. So this guy I got this year, this is a Wilton. It says RIP down here, which is a very cute detail. And you can see it's a skeleton coming out of a coffin. Oh, it also says RIP up here. That's very cute. Now, when I got him, basically my worries about this pan were kind of realized. If you don't grease this pan well enough, some of the cake sticks. I did have one cake that just didn't come out at all. That was a nightmare. But I usually opt for like some sort of butter spray like Pam, and that makes the cakes come out pretty easy onto a cooling rack. I will say the other thing, Erin and I couldn't figure out like how to contrast the skeleton from the rest of the coffin, and I've tried a couple things, although unfortunately I didn't take all pictures of everything, but I tried a method where I did like a chocolate cake and then I put powdered sugar on the skeleton and then filled in the areas with frosting that weren't skeleton, which by the way, if you ever try to frost over powdered sugar, kind of difficult, but it worked and it was cute. Now I've just opted for doing kind of like a lighter cake in here, and then I just fill in the areas and the coffin with frosting, which I'll show a picture of. But actually I do really recommend this guy. You can put only one box of cake mix if you do pre-made cake mix, and it fills up like usually to about like this level, I would say. However, we've also done 2 boxes before where like we mix 2 boxes together, pour as much as we can in here, and then the rest into something else and bake that separately. And that's like gone where it like rises over and then you have to like cut off the bottom, and yeah, it's a whole mess. But I do recommend that. This one's a very similar one. This one I actually got from Target this year. This little guy, he's much smaller than the other one. I'll show you comparison wise. Much smaller, and I wanted that for that reason, just that it's smaller. This also, I want to say, fits a whole, no, it fits less than a whole box of cake. I think I usually have to make cupcakes when I make cake in this one. So this one's really cute as well. Not to pronounce, it's easy to get stuff out of the pan. I do plan on using this to make pumpkin pie. I do recommend this one too if you find it at Target or online. This guy is a vintage Wilton from circa 1983. You can see these cute little pumpkins. I actually picked this up from the thrift store a couple months ago, and I had to scrub it quite a bit. It had some tarnishing and I think maybe some burn marks. So I just took some steel wool to it and very gently steel wooled it. And that seemed to work. The embossing is not as pronounced, so you don't get as pronounced cupcakes either. They're also very shallow, so it doesn't take very much to fill them because, you know, cake expands and all that. And so this is like one of those things where like if I do this one, I'll do these with the rest kind of deal. Oh, also I really enjoy that it has a little hole so I could hang it up on the wall. I just wish the hole was like maybe 2 here or something, so you have more of a cutesy way of hanging it, but it is what it is. This guy I bought at Williams in Sonoma. It's a Nordic ware. I actually bought this guy last year, but I love it so much and I wanted to show it off. If you ever wondered about getting these guys, I highly recommend. I've used them for multiple things, more than just cake. I use them for, I made like curry buns with some flaky pastry dough I've also made like shepherd's pie, little pot pies out of it. I know people do like a really cool pizza skeleton. That's gonna be the next on the to try in this. Yeah, it's really cute. I love this little attention to detail. There's little bones around the border. Nordic tends to have some really nice stuff, I will say. My one complaint is that these guys get a little scuffed up, and it makes me sad because they're very pretty and I don't want them to be scuffed, but there's nothing I can really do about that. Oh, this guy was not cheap either because it was from Williams & Sonoma. I think I paid like $30 for it, which is a lot. But I know Nordic is kind of expensive and they're very lovely, and I've used it so much. I've definitely like gotten my money's worth out of it. So if you're a little apprehensive like I was about the price, you could get it secondhand on eBay, but sometimes those people sell it for more. But I will say it pays for itself if you like baking and cooking anything in the oven that could go into skull cookies. And then I also have these guys. I've been in search for a little bat cookie cutter for a while. This one's a Wilton. I just bought it also on eBay, I want to say secondhand. It's a little plasticky one, and it's just a shape that I like. There's a couple out there that are in weird shapes that I don't appreciate. As a bat queen, I want my bats to look very cute and chubby. So, and you know, it makes sense as a cookie, right? I think this makes much more sense as a cookie shape. This next one's really cute. Unfortunately, it's not actually by the brand who makes them. I feel bad. I should have totally bought like the Fred or Kiekerlund brand or whoever it is. It is what it is. Maybe in the future I will. But this guy's kind of huge. He's got to be like 4 or 5. He's got to be like 5 inches. Hold on. I'll tell you. He's like, oh, he's almost 6 inches if you look down here. He's about, let's say 5.5 inches. So, as opposed to like this guy, who's about 4.5 wide and what, 2 tall? A little over 2 tall. So that's not too bad. I actually haven't had a chance to use either of these for cookies yet. So I'm excited to do that, and I'll probably insert some footage of that. But you just kind of cut out on this side and then you stamp the little skeleton on them. I've seen pictures where you fill the embossing on the cookie with some royal icing. So I may try that. We'll see. You easily could honestly just get a regular gingerbread man shape and then pipe the skeleton on. I was just being lazy. Oh, and lastly, these guys I've had for a while in my collection, but I thought I'd show them off as well. I have some cute little froggy chocolate frog molds. Yes, like the Harry Potter ones. I used to be super into the Harry Potter. Oh, this one's broken. I used to be super into like the Harry Potter world. I'm gonna confess something right now. I've never read a single Harry Potter book. I struggled a lot with reading. I have ADHD and some reading difficulties with some slight dyslexia and things like that, and I had to go through a lot of reading programs when those books were really popular when I was little, and they were just too big and very intimidating. So I read Series of Unfortunate Events instead, and that actually greatly influenced my love of reading now after reading those. I hated reading before because it was such a struggle. And they also taught you really cool words, which I'm sure Harry Potter did too, but I don't know, something about the writing style in the Series of Unfortunate Events is just that. I liked the visual culture of Harry Potter. I loved the movies. First and second ones are my favorite if you ask me, but especially the second one. Actually, the second movie's my absolute favorite. But these guys are fun. I've yet to try making, well, I've yet to successfully make Jell-O out of them. I've tried. I always mess up Jell-O. I heard to get it a little stiffer and less liquidy, you just cut out like half of the water. We'll find out when I try that again. The other one I have are these little skulls. They're a little dirty with chocolate. They're 2-part molds, so you can make little skulls, and I've made some ganache-filled skull truffles with these before. Of course, I don't have any photos because I'm real bad at taking photos of stuff I make, but they're really fun. Maybe I'll do that for a creepy kitchen video. Make some little absinthe skulls or something. It'd be fun, right? I have a couple more things to show you guys. I just didn't want to take them down from the wall because I use them as display pieces, so come on over and I'll show you how. I totally forgot to show off this guy right here. Sorry, there's birds chirping. I opened the windows because it gets really warm in here. But this guy I've had for several years. My mom got it probably in like late 90s, early 2000s. You can buy these from pretty much any store around the Halloween time of year. This is a nice sturdy one. I've seen some less cute, less sturdy ones from the dollar store, the 99-cent store. I've also seen them sold at Spirit multiple times, so, you know, they're available. You probably can also very easily get them online as well. I hope you enjoyed. I do plan on doing some baking videos like I said, so stay tuned for some of those. And I'll see you next time. Keep it creepy. Bye. Hi, are you helping? You helping me film?